Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Emma. Today we're going to make turkey wraps with homemade tortillas. We're going to start out with the tortillas, so just skip ahead if you don't want to make tortillas. What you're going to need for this recipe is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of olive oil. We have extra virgin olive oil, which works best for this recipe. You're also going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of warm water. Okay, so next you're going to combine your flour, salt, and baking powder in a stand-up mixer with the dough hook on. But I do not have a stand-up mixer or dough hook, so I'm just going to use a regular bowl and whisk it together, and then I'm going to move to a spatula once we add the dry ingredients. So make sure that your flour and salt and baking powder are mixed well, and then you're going to add your oil and water. Then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, this is what it should look like after mixing it for a while. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it with my hands just to make sure everything is mixed. And then we will take it out and divide it. Now what we are going to do is separate our dough into 16 sections. I'm just going to use my bread divider. You can use a knife. So I'm going to cut this into 16, and then once they're cut into 16, you're going to roll them up into little balls. And you can place it back in the bowl or on a separate pan to let them rise for 15 minutes to 2 hours. And then after they're done rising, we will, that's 8, we need 16. Okay, now what we are going to do is roll them into little balls, is what I said. Just so they look like that. And we're going to let them rise. Now that the dough is done rising, I let it rise for about an hour. We're going to roll out the tortillas. So what you're going to want to do is take one of the little balls and flatten it out with your hand, and then roll it out with your rolling pin until it looks like this. And then you're going to want to cook it on your pan, and I will show you how it's supposed to look. Okay, so this is how it should look once it's cooking. You want those little brown spots, and it will start to bubble up. Then you're just going to want to flip it like that. But that's not too brown, so flip it back over. And once it's all done, we'll put it on, you can put it on a plate, just make sure you line it with a paper towel. Then you're all done with your tortillas, and we can make the wraps. For the rest of our wraps, you're going to need tomatoes and lettuce. You're going to want to slice your tomato and then slice the slices in half. And you're also going to want turkey. I just got 1 pound of turkey from the deli. And this is optional. You can add ranch and guacamole or avocado slices, and also bacon if you want. And one last item is Swiss cheese or provolone, but I think Swiss tastes better with turkey. While our dough is rising, we're going to slice our tomatoes just in half, and then we're going to slice an avocado. So what you're going to want to do is go all the way around. So make sure you push down until you feel the pit. Then you're going to take the two sides and twist, just like that. Put this half down, and you can scoop the seed out with a spoon, or and then twist. Okay.
A little harder. Smack this pit really hard. There you go.
Oh. Okay. Or not.
That works. Okay.
Okay. Now you're going to slice it pretty thin. So vertically first. And make sure not to go all the way through because you don't want to cut your hand. And then go horizontally. And you're going to want to do that to both sides. Then you're going to scoop it into a bowl for our guacamole. Ooh, there we go. Alright, I'm going to do the next side and then I'll show you how to make that. Now for the guacamole, we're going to just smash this up with a fork and put a packet in it. I'm just going to use this one, but you can make your own guacamole if you want to. Now the tortillas are done, we're going to assemble our wrap. You can make yours however you'd like it, but I'm just going to show you how to do one. So I like to start out with some ranch, and then I like to put on guacamole. And then I like to put on the meat, just right on top of that. I like to stick to one side. And then I'll put on some tomatoes. Again, you can make yours however you want. And then some lettuce to finish it off. Now we're gonna roll it the best we can. And there you have it, turkey wraps. So I have two made here, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy your meal.